Okay, right now we're on to the next part of the podcast. We are going to we've had a bit of time to reflect. We did our early season predictions, we did our top 6, we did relegation, and let's just say it's not looking great at the moment. So I thought, how about now we're in the international break, we kind of do a new updated version of those because let's be honest, we did get it obscene. Well, I got it obscenely wrong.
And me.
Some parts I did, some parts I didn't. So we're going to start off with our top 6 predictions. And whoever wants to go first, kind of just reel them all out and then we'll discuss your top 6.
I think all three of us are going to say Man City to win because the Prem's now a Farmers League.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do we agree with that first of all?
I think we all agree with that. I think we all definitely agree with that. But so have you got your 6th to first then?
6th, I'm going to agree with what Peter Way said last week, and Liverpool 6th.
Wow.
I really have not been impressed with them this season, and I can't actually see it changing too soon.
Really?
I think with the age in midfield, I think the midfield's a big issue right now, and it's not allowing other players to do what they need to do to score goals, and also help Trent out right back. Being Henderson, being the main person to help him there, but Mr. Henderson's a big thing, but he's also, he's 32. He's getting on. He's not got the legs he used to. Thiago's not a runner for me. Just he's a nice passer, but he's not a runner. Fabinho's never been that mobile. Great reading the game, but he's not been himself either yet. Van Dijk's not himself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them who aren't on
I get
form,
that. I get
and
that.
I'm going Liverpool 6th.
Okay, so Liverpool 6th.
Liverpool 6th. Man United 5th. Don't think they're going to break the top 4. I know they got a good run recently, but I just think the other 4 above them will have a better season overall. I really believe that. Potter 4th. Potter 4th? Chelsea 4th because of Potter. Sorry, Sam Mills 4th.
That's enough. Thank you. Thanks, that's lovely. Cheers, guys. I'll start the comments off again. Thank you.
Chelsea 4th. I think Potter being appointed there is a great appointment for Chelsea. I just think their players are too good to not finish top 4. He'll get a tune out of them. I've got no doubt about it. I really haven't. As long as the players are happy to work with Potter, it's going to work. I really believe that. 3rd, Arsenal. Great start of the season, but like last year, I just think at some stage they're going to have a tricky run for maybe 10 games, and I think they're going to drop a lot of points at one stage.
Oh, big prediction.
But there it is. And Spurs 2nd, I think they have a really consistent year. I think they're going to look really good this year. I think they're going to be the closest to Man City over the season.
And then you said City first.
City first, yeah, because Farmers League.
No, I think we all might have slightly similar. So Joe, do you want to
so
go?
we're fairly close there, aren't we? I've got United as finishing 6th.
Yep.
Starting to look good. Don't think it will be the same over the course of the season. I think they'll pick up 1 or 2 decent results against decent sides, but ultimately I think they'll come unstuck against some. You always see it midweek towards the end of the season. They'll drop a few points, like Arsenal did last year. I think Liverpool will come 5th. I think they'll improve because it can only get better for them. But as I said, I think the other 4 are just better. Unless they bring someone in January that's going to remarkably change something, I don't see that changing enough to get them into that top 4. Chelsea 4th. I like Potter. I really, really hope he does well there. I don't want it to be the poison chalice that everyone thinks it's going to be, because he's such a good manager and love the way he plays football. So I'm hoping he can get a tune out of him, because it's the squad he's got now with that. I mean, the 200 million quid they spent. It's a good squad, and it's a Champions League squad. So.
Oh, it's a good squad, yeah. And I like to think with a new owner, it's not going to be the old Chelsea. I know they've just sacked manager because it wasn't their manager. I like to think this manager's going to be in for a few years, actually.
Yeah, and they've bought some young talent in, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've got that lad from Leipzig who's coming in, was it next year? I'd never heard of, and they signed him for whatever silly amount of money.
No, never went through.
Oh, is it not?
That was the defender. Never went through.
Oh, the one where they were like loaning him back.
No, the chap signed a new contract at Red Bull.
Oh, I thought they'd done that.
No.
Oh, right, there you go then. Ignore that.
Clip that out.
I was thinking, when you were saying it, then I was thinking, I might have completely missed this. I was thinking, I have missed something.
I'm sure I saw that got done.
No, that was on about, and then didn't work out.
Oh,
So
right.
the centre half signed a 5-year deal.
Oh, there you go.
Chelsea are going to go back in from there in January, they reckon.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And they'll probably get in then. They've probably got a new release course, hasn't they? Where they've
There you go.
pumped it
Probably.
up a bit, haven't they? Yeah.
Definitely. Arsenal 3rd. I still think and a little bit of steeliness missing from Arsenal. You see it in the games like against Brentford, but they've played Man United and got unstuck in the first time they've played a decent side.
Yeah.
I think you obviously got to play them all twice, and some big games there if they want to be finishing anywhere near that top two. And I do think that Spurs and City are better, so I think Spurs will come second purely because of Conte. I think he'll drag them through those games. He's just class and he's world-class manager. Then obviously City first.
Side note, who do you reckon's better, Klopp or Conte?
Conte. I'd go Conte every time. I think the difference is with Conte is it's not... What I love about Conte is he's a serial winner wherever he goes. He just wins.
Yeah.
He's not there for the long run. He's
Yeah,
not going to change anything. He just wins.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas Klopp is going to build something and they'll win over time. But think about the jobs that Conte does. He just literally goes in. He turns Victor Moses into prime Dani Alves.
Just doing the job. Yeah.
And they won the league with Victor Moses at right back.
Is it fair to say Conte's the new Mourinho?
I was just going to say that when we talked a couple of weeks ago about Mourinho or who's a better manager, Mourinho or Wenger, and I think I said Wenger's the better coach, Mourinho's a better manager.
Yeah,
I think that probably applies here. I think Klopp may be the better coach over the course of 5 or 6 years. He'll build you a squad that's going to be challenging for things like still at Liverpool, but Conte will come in and get results there and then, and it'll make you immediately better.
because there's been a few things about Klopp that in his 3 management jobs, it's the 7th season is left.
Yeah.
Because
really?
he's created something, it's peaked, then it's been on its way down and had bad results. So
He doesn't
Mainz
rebuild
happened,
well.
happened at Dortmund, and it's now happening at Liverpool.
Yeah, this is the 7th season.
Is it number
Season.
7? There you go.
So there's something in the water there.
Yeah, we spoke about it last week because I was saying as much as it feels lazy saying it's the 7th season syndrome because really it's like a ridiculous thing to say, but it actually
It's like saying pep tax in it.
Yeah, but you can kind of it is happening.
It is, yeah.
But it's kind of I think it is just the rebuild, and I just think because he demands so much from players and gets so much out of players that he like just wears them down.
Yeah,
But they've got the signings wrong for me as well, Liverpool. I've obviously got to give him a bit more time because he's so young, but Nunez,
donkey.
so far, donkey, absolutely. Doesn't suit their style of play at all. You wonder whether that was Klopp signing or not. Because you completely changed the style of play, losing Mane and how good he was. And this kid looks way off it. Absolutely way off it.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, there's something not right still about it. But I think maybe over time we may see
Who knows?
a different player.
Yeah. Could come good.
Yeah. I'll go smacking with mine then.
Go on in.
So 6th, I'm going Chelsea.
Oh,
I think it's going to take time to... But there's a lot of players there which you don't... like Aubameyang. It's just... Aubameyang is a prime example. You look at it, it's just... How is Aubameyang going to help propel this club? And you've seen what he does at clubs. He's a nightmare in the changing rooms and things like that. I don't mean to put it all on him.
Yeah.
But I think he's a prime example of it. It's a it's a club of individuals. You've got Pulisic as well. I don't think Pulisic is a great player. I think there's a lot of players there. There's a lot of deadwood. I think they're in a bit of a transition. And maybe with Potter, something may happen in a couple of years. But I just think right now, it's just not great. And they've not had a great start to the season as much as they've got results.
Yeah, been hit and miss.
They've not been convincing.
inconsistent.
Yeah, really inconsistent.
Just to mention on Pulisic, I think he's a top talent, but he's not a top player yet. He could be a top player for me. He has moments. He looks brilliant, and I really been thinking that. But he needed coaching to be better. There's a reason why he wasn't starting for Dortmund by the end, and happy to let him go to Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He's a top talent, just not a top player.
I'm still not convinced.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I get what you mean. I see him have his moments, but then again, I dribble past 4 players once training drill. But like, it doesn't mean I've got it. No, I just made that up. I don't, guys. I don't. I'm just trying to big myself up.
There's a lot of players who've been top talents, not top players. Like Hassan Ben Arfa is a prime example, isn't it?
I think it's disrespectful putting Hassan Ben Arfa next to Pulisic. Hassan Ben Arfa's twice a player Pulisic has ever been.
Baller.
No, he was great on his day, but his day was once every 6 months.
I don't know. He had a period where he was one of the
better than Pulisic.
He's better than Pulisic. Cannot be anywhere near him.
They have a similar career to each other.
He's got a long way to go to get near that.
To lace his boots, flipping it.
Okay, and then 5th, I've gone United. I think United this season will be kind of consistent, but they'll just kind of just bob along kind of thing. They won't rip up any trees with any like amazing performances. That is the right phrase, isn't it? Pull up any trees. Oh, so close.
You can get away with putting trees.
Oh, thank you anyway. I'll take
Ripping's
it.
more fun.
Okay, pull up any trees. There's any wonderful performances where they absolutely dominate sides. I think it'll be similar to like Arsenal. when they kind of it's counter-attacking, it's not the most attractive, but they'll get results.
Yeah.
And whether United fans will be happy with that,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think fifth is probably.
That's a good season.
I think it'd be a good season.
It's progression from last year.
absolutely.
And progression from my prediction when I said they wouldn't even make the top 7. So
Yeah. I
from,
think it's clicked a lot quicker or it seems to have clicked a lot quicker for Ten Hag than I think a lot of people thought.
I think it's because he's changed his system up slightly, hasn't he? He's kind of
Yeah.
just gone. He's kind of. What I like is the fact that he had a system. He's gone, okay, do you know, actually, we've got Scott McTominay. We can't play that kind of football, and kind of just switched up the system a bit.
Casemiro just has properly started one game from
Yeah, I'm going to say McTominay's still playing, isn't he? So
Yeah. I agree. I think it could be. It could be.
I do like his move putting Eriksen at centre mid.
Oh,
Deep.
I think it's
he
fantastic.
looks good, doesn't
move.
he? He looks good.
We mentioned it a few weeks ago. He looks really good.
Yeah.
a thing of beauty watching him at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
He's amazing. I absolutely love him. And then fourth, I've gone Arsenal.
Oh, big drop.
Similar to what you said earlier, I just look at that squad, and I think the prime example was against United. When the going gets tough, Arsenal don't. It's a very young, inexperienced squad, and you can see they panic. And they did it against United. They really should have absolutely battered United at points, and they kind of just gone. They just rolled over a bit for me, and I just think that will haunt them when they play some of the bigger sides and some more difficult fixtures later on in the season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Like you don't want to say. I know it's a really weird example. But playing like Everton on a Tuesday night in the winter and things. I just look at that squad. I don't know what it is about that squad. I just think they're really nice and.
Everton's a really bad example because they're really bad.
No, but I mean, but as in a ground like that when the fans getting on top of it, it's a young, inexperienced squad. And maybe me just being weird, but there's something that just doesn't still convince me. They've been brilliant this season. Don't get me wrong, they've been amazing. Then third, I've gone Liverpool. I still think
That's high.
they can easily turn it around because they're not actually that far off it still.
No.
It's very early on, and we know with this Liverpool side they can go. Well, they went an entire season only losing 2 games last season.
Yeah.
They can easily just switch it on, and then
mad, that is.
they can go 20 games without losing,
Yeah.
like very easily, and just climb their way back up very fast. I still think it will eventually click because the players have got it has to click.
Yeah.
You cannot click when they've got so many world class players. So I think Liverpool will climb back up, and I've gone second. I've gone Spurs, and then first City. So the same as you two. I think we know it's
all agreed on the same top 2.
yeah,
That's interesting.
which is I think it's quite good.
Just saying I predicted that at the start of the season. That's the one thing I've come
Yeah,
close
no,
to so far.
you did. To be fair, I didn't go
what I
for
said.
that.
Yeah, Mike was disgusted with it.
Yeah, I think we all went Man City and Liverpool as the top 2.
Well, as you would have.
No,
at the
I
start of the
did
season,
as well.
yeah.
No, I did as well because I thought, do you know what? We've all got
But, you know,
common sense, but fair play.
Common sense.
Because you look at it, you think how you looked at the start. You thought Spurs, they made some good signings, but surely they can't step up. But then Conte's just got them in the machine.
Conte factor, absolutely.
The cogs are going, and it's just the machine that just begins, and
No,
they
keep
won't
winning,
stop.
Keep winning,
Yeah,
keep picking up results.
shout out Conte.
yeah, I know you're listening.
Absolutely.
But yeah, those are our top 6 predictions. Let us know in the comments down below your top 6, who you agree with. Next, shall we go on to our relegation 3? Because I think this is now the funniest one, because this is the one that is so easy to get wrong. Because we said at the start of the season, there are 10 sides that could easily fall down into this. And yeah, I have to admit, we don't need to discuss who we said at the time, because I've looked back.
Yeah, best not to talk
It's
about
best
it.
not to talk about it. So, Joe, would you like to go first this time?
Yes. I'll probably echo you there. I think just as those top 6, I think no one else come close to them. I think they'll really pull away. I think everyone else below them could well fall into a relegation battle. There's so many teams that you look at and think,
Two separate leagues almost.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, 3 separate leagues. You got Man City,
yeah,
the next
the
5,
next 5.
and the next 14.
And I think some teams could probably snowball into a couple of bad results and really get themselves into trouble. But I think
Moving on.
moving on, I think Forest are going down bottom. So they weren't even originally in my bottom 3 at the start of the season, but that was, as we said before, we predicted that when they hadn't signed 23 players.
Yeah.
When they signed 11 or 12, they had to, and I thought they were building something all right, but 23 is just ridiculous. I don't think he's going to get them clicking within the season. I think it'll take him longer. And
Pop
too
quiz,
late
can you name them more, please, all the signings?
The podcast will be here for years.
Yeah. I think they'll go down bottom. I just can't see him getting a tune out of those 20-odd squad players now.
Yeah.
And they don't look good enough either. So I think they'll go bottom. I think Bournemouth will be second bottom. I think they've got a purple patch at the minute with Gary O'Neill. Again, I don't think they're good enough. Before Parker got sacked, they look way out their depth, and I think they'll get found out again very soon when that spark goes from O'Neill.
They beat you, didn't they?
They did beat us, so thanks for that. It was a dark day.
I could see you waiting, and you was thinking, I'm waiting for it to pause. I'm going to go.
It's a grin, isn't it? And then third bottom, I think Southampton will go. And I had them in. I did have them originally in my bottom three.
Yeah.
And seeing them Friday night, they've got nothing. They've been so lucky in recent years to pull away because other teams have been a lot worse than them. They've got no goal scorer. They've got no threat. That El Yunus, he's meant to be their saving grace, and he's rubbish.
Was he at Celtic? Was it last year before?
A year before, yeah. He came back,
And,
last season.
where's their goals coming from? Shay Adams couldn't hit a barn door. They got Adam Armstrong who's playing left wing against us on Friday night, and I just don't think they're good enough, and I think they'll finally get found out.
I still got Walcott.
He was on the bench. He was warming up down by us on Friday night. I said to Bully, I said, "Is that Theo Walcott?"
Yeah, still around. You know who they sold the other day? I didn't realise. You look at us where we went as well.
Oh, Nathan Redmond.
Oh yeah. Do you see who's gone to where he went to?
He's going to have a hair transplant, isn't he?
Shit task. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe he's got that move.
Gone to
It's,
Turkey.
with what's his name as gaffer? Besiktas. Valerian Ismail.
Oh, is
Really?
Yeah.
I knew it was good. It was coming to me then. I was thinking, I'm having a.
That's he's got Dele Alli as well.
Yeah. Oh, baggy boy. He was
Baggy boy.
He was trying to get DK off us. But anyway, it's not the time for
the
West Brom.
Turkish league is serious, mate. I've signed some serious players.
Oh, wow.
Serious managers as well. Yeah, serious
Gatashar got a
managers.
good side all of a sudden as well.
Yeah. Bertrand Traore's there as well.
No, it's just we said good players.
Go on then, Si. Who's your bottom three then?
I am going Bournemouth bottom. I think they've already had a new manager bounce. Even if Gary Neal doesn't stay, they've already had that bounce once. They can't have it again. So they won't get many more wins, in my opinion. I actually agree with Southampton. But then the thing for me, I always think a bit like Burnley were, they just maintain Premier League status somehow. But I just think this season they're going to come unstuck. I don't look at their side and think, wow, he's really good. He is, or he's got a bit of talent. He could help them score goals, create things for them. We've got so many average players, and there's no star to help them get through. Third from bottom, I think I'm going to put Leicester.
Do you think they'll go?
It does depend on when Brendan Rodgers leaves as manager.
Oh.
That's some big. So you've gone Southampton and Leicester, two sides there that have been cemented as Premier League teams for a long time.
No, Leicester only won the FA Cup 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a big shout.
Back four
They
and the
had a
keeper.
European football, last year.
I
wasn't
know.
it?
But the back four and the keeper.
But they've got some serious talent in that squad.
Oh, I know. And Madison's a baller. How is he on the England squad? Side note.
Tielemans.
What
as
is
well.
that about?
Harvey Barnes.
It's crazy.
Harvey Barnes hasn't hit it
Castanio's
for
good.
ages, though.
I know, but
I think the longer Brendan Rodgers stays there, the more likely they're going to go down.
you think they'll stay? I don't know.
But if they get rid of him, say in this transfer window, then I will completely change my thought process again, and then I'll agree with your bottom three, just different
Yeah.
order.
True.
I think the biggest telling tale will be on the Monday after the international break. The first game, the first Monday night fixture is Leicester at home or Leicester away at Forest.
Big
Yeah.
derby.
That's a big derby to come back, and I think that will be the
They
real
lose that.
moment. Yeah, if they lose that, then there's some serious pressure. If you get to win there, I feel like they'll just propel themselves because they've got the players to do that.
In many ways, I'd actually like Forest to go down, but I just think at some stage it is going to click.
Do you?
Yeah,
Well,
I do.
I can't
I think
see
they
it.
can have a great second half of the season. It sounds bizarre to say, doesn't it? And I know it does, but I just think it's something I'm going to go, oh, well, I know you're there. I know he's going to score for me. And he's in the wing.
He's going to wake up one morning. I've got him.
Yeah, it's just going to work. At some stage, it's going to work.
Because at the moment, it looks like he's got a sheet of. What he does, I think, at the moment, is he's cutting all the players' names up, put them in a hat, and going,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're playing," because he hasn't. I don't think he's got a clue at the
He's
moment.
playing bongo bingo with them, isn't he?
Well, I wonder if he knows all their names. Honestly. I bet he's going, I can't remember his name. Tell him to do this. That sort of thing.
Mate, you come here,
Yeah.
mate. Mate, you on here.
Keeper.
You pass him the ball.
But no, yeah, it's going to be interesting. We keep saying it because there's never been anyone do it, but there's no like kind of blueprint with it. We've never seen it, so it's like an experiment, isn't
And
it?
the fans will love it, won't they? I mean, they've spent an absolute fortune.
Yeah, I'm going to sit on the fence for my third. It depends on when Rodgers goes.
Well,
in my opinion.
Splinters.
Well, you've said it now, so to the
Ah,
listeners
there you
and to the clip that goes out, you will have said Leicester. My bottom three, very much changed. So bottom of the table, I'm going Southampton.
Oh, down bottom.
Straight bottom, and after that Friday night game, as I said, I thought they were dreadful. They literally, I think if Southampton played all night, they wouldn't have scored.
Yeah.
They might have had 2 shots on target then. They were just dreadful. It's just nothing. As we said, it's goals. It's the most simple part of football. They will not score goals. I can't see them ever
I know
score.
that feeling.
And then 19th, I've gone Forest. As we've said, I just can't see it gelling. It's too much for me. I just think there's absolutely no chance. And then 18th, I've gone Bournemouth.
So were you wrong to put Wolves in your initial bottom three?
No, I still think they'll be in around there. I still think they'll be in a relegation battle, but I just think the other 3 sides are that poor.
Yeah.
And I think Bournemouth, as we said, we've got Gary Neal, it's a bit of a manager bounce and things. Forest just look awful. Southampton look awful.
Dreadful.
That I have to admit, that is the worst. Bearing in mind, I'm a West Brom fan, and I'm saying it's the worst Premier League performance I've ever seen from a side.
Really?
In a game when
Bad.
you watch it, think about, can anyone remember a single moment when you thought they even could do anything?
No, it was,
Didn't
a,
even-
it was a hard watch.
Yeah.
Like I've even watched I've watched teams play against Man City, and they have like an occasional counter, and you think, oh, there might be a chance
Something.
here,
Yeah.
but they did nothing. There wasn't a single moment.
Yeah. And it was weird to see the Villa look so comfortable.
Yeah, Martinez was just sat in a deck chair.
It was quite off-putting that we were looking okay.
Well, yeah, the atmosphere.
Were you waiting for someone to go wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was the last 3 minutes, and Ward-Prowse had 3 free kicks to put into the box, and oh, here we go.
And he couldn't even beat the first man.
No,
It was
he
bizarre.
couldn't.
Ward-Prowse was even off it. His corners weren't good.
Yeah.
It's like the reliance on him. And then, can I just say one thing as well? Salisu doing these
you
these
say
long
that.
throws that weren't even long. They couldn't even. He was taking these long throws, or like getting all the players in, and he didn't
bouncing on his
reach a
toes.
single. He honestly never. He wouldn't beat the first
We
defender.
were laughing at that, yeah.
Embarrassing.
He ran all the way from centre half to go and take a throw in like five yards from our byline, and you think, well, it's a really long run up here. Drive the ball. Walks towards the pitch, and then about a 2-step run up.
It's
goes
absolutely
nowhere.
bizarre.
Oh,
Because Carragher
strange.
was on commentary going, what on earth are they
What's
doing?
going on?
I'm like, he might as well have just given it the right back and then just done a short throw. Like,
Yeah.
he literally he couldn't hit the box.
So funny.
And he was screaming at his players,
He
come
was.
closer, like I can't throw it that far, and they all just ignored him. But yeah, I think Southampton relegated for definite then.
I hope so.
As if we're all agreed on that as well.
I know,
Yeah.
it's mad, isn't it? Look at us all agreeing.
I'm going to caveat mine. I think that we'll be close. I think we'll be teetering on the edge most of the season.
Do you reckon?
I do.
Not bad.
I don't think the Villa will be
I
down.
don't
I
think
don't think they'll be down there. That.
I think we'll be close. I hope we don't get sucked into it. But it's going to be one of those seasons where it's not pretty, and we've got to be picking up points like we did on Friday.
You'll have like a bad run of 10. You'll shoot down, then you'll have a good run of 10, won't you?
Because we're now down to the same squad we had last season. Kamara out injured, Carlos out injured.
Bad donk.
Oh, then Donk, great addition. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't improve us, does he?
Oh, I think he does.
You just have to get it in, don't you?
Yeah, I'll caveat mine, and
But no,
hopefully we'll be nowhere near it. But
I think
we'll
both
see.
of your teams will be fine. I think you'll both be fine.
That's the kiss of death.
Thanks,
from-
Sam.
Yeah,
No, I'm actually being nice. Yeah, to be fair, if I predicted that,
That is the kiss of death.
It is like you don't want that at all. The amount of like compilations I see on TikTok when people have clipped up things when I've gone, it's a certainty, and I've pointed in the camera and things, and then it does this thing where I spin, and then it goes to the highlights. It was
fantastic.
There's one of me, the Mitrovic one. That's why I've deleted the clip.
Is that?
I'm pretty sure I put it.
You've got to own it, Sam.
Yeah, no, I liked.
You get things so badly wrong.
Oh yeah, I liked and commented like I was really just egging him on. Like, I think it was me going Mitrovic. He won't even get 4, and it was like game week 2, and he was on like 4 already. And then it just made it was like my face just spinning. They put like a clown hat on me and stuff, and I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna have to
I'm
accept
going to
this.
find that later.
I may have removed my tag, so it's gonna be very difficult to find. Because I was like, I like it, but I'm gonna remove my tag on this.
We will search for who's this clown.
You find all my videos then. But guys, let us know in the comment section down below who you believe will get relegated. I'm really happy we all agreed.